what to do. I've been doing this long enough to know that's how you do. Oh, you want to start the show off with an argument? That's fine, bro. We can do that, man.
All right. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Unique Perspectives Love Talk Radio. I'm your host, Mr. Charles Dixon, and I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Adam Ford. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm waiting for Donnie Simpson to show up now. That's what I'm waiting on. Where Donnie at?
All day, yeah. Oh
my God, man. Oh my God, y'all not ready for today. I'm not ready for this right there. Here we go.
Yeah, get ready. It's on.
Yeah.
All right. So, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good, man. With the Thanksgiving holiday behind us, looking forward to Christmas. Doing okay, man. Doing all right. Just having to deal with the weather getting colder up here in Chicago and snow on the ground. Had like almost close to a foot of snow last Sunday or whatever like that. This wintertime is. I'm getting to that. Yeah. I need to make a move to Mexico sometime when it's permanent move, or at least be have dual citizenship here in the States and then back in Mexico somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So,
oh Lord,
I think I'm not looking into it because I definitely am.
You better go through the bleach colony so they won't so the cartel won't come after you.
Whatever, bro.
We'll have him over here.
Oh, really?
You have to go to Fernando first.
Listen. You don't know. We do have connections. I just want you to know that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We got connections, bro. So don't even think it's not like that.
It's not like that, huh? All right, cool.
I'm saying.
Oh man. All
right.
right.
Who's your holiday? How you doing?
It was cool, man. You know, it's always good to get through the beautiful days and seasons, man. And when you come out on the other side, it's a beautiful thing. So, I can't complain.
No doubt.
I'm looking forward to to new year and new season of life and things.
Yeah, me too. I'm definitely looking forward to the new year and getting some things off the ground, hopefully finally, and hit the ground running as we get it off the ground at the same time, right?
Yes. No, that'll be ideal.
For real.
Let me get this camera together. Hold on.
Yeah, get your camera together.
There we go.
Right, there you go. Looks like you sitting in a short seat for the short.
Yeah, I might somebody think I'm on a yellow bus or something. Hold on, I gotta fix
feet dangling and everything.
Yeah. I gotta get that together. All right, whatever.
The special glasses. Bottle glasses.
look, somebody was teasing. Just so y'all, let's get this out the way now. Yes, I cut my hair.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say nothing, but yeah, y'all see that? Y'all see what I see?
Reset. I just like to reset in life sometimes. No, don't get me wrong now. I'm going, I like experimenting, so I'll let it grow again. But for now, I just need to just take a little, just a little.
Yeah. So he look like a grown man now. Look at him.
Different persona. That's it.
Like he done grew it up. He done growed up now. He grown.
Oh Lord. Oh my goodness. All right. So this week we're talking about being guarded. So basically, in short, it looks like the whole lovescape is filled with tons of people who are saying, where's my person? Where's my boo? Where is my wife? Where is my husband? But at the same time, we are all living in fear. Fear of being vulnerable, fear of showing up with your real self and either being misunderstood, misled, taken advantage of, finessed, and the list goes on and on. Now, of course, we know real love does exist, but the course and the road there is the journey. And so we're going to start with just kind of really unpacking this whole guarded thing. And as we said, well, I'll let you go ahead and start to read, Mr. Ford, then we'll walk it down from there.
All right. Guarded, a friend of situationships versus the enemy of love. Okay. So when speaking on the subject of people being guarded with love and relationships, we can't do so without presenting the legitimate arguments of self-preservation and protecting oneself from selfish and relationally careless individuals that tend to both fumble and mishandle the bag of love. Let's face it, not everyone leads with the best of intentions where romantic relations are concerned. So it's either you stand on the business of fearlessly desiring love, irrespective of its cost, or live in a way that potentially blocks the experience of love altogether by raising your emotional guard with someone you feel deeply about. So the question begs, which pays the highest dividends today? Being guarded and exclusive, or sincere and intentional? Is the safe the new norm?
All right. So let's get into it. So officially, this title is Guarded, the Friend of Situationships versus the Enemy of Love. So I phrased it that way because let's just face it. Situationships are born from fear and preservation and reservation and sometimes idle decisions. And idle decisions mean I'm still a little attached to such and such person, or I still haven't quite found the ideal person. But in the meantime, I don't mind hanging out with you or you and living by these parameters, right? And so it's called being safe, loving amongst the safe, loving with fear. And I feel like that whole concept has really taken over what's happening today. I think a lot of people are, I mean, how else can we explain so many single people being out and saying, I need to find my person, like the other person isn't potentially within a specific radius, but we'll meet them, connect with them, exchange numbers, exchange social media, go out or whatever you do, but it always ends up falling flat. And that's because somebody or some people are choosing to give you a nickel, a dime, 15 cents, but not quite the whole dollar. So if you're not spending your entire dollar on the investment, you just open up your drawers when you go home, and all of them numbers and things in that book in that drawer is just a bunch of change and pennies and old coin. You know how coins look when you go back and find them in precarious places. That's what it's like.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So and I understand what you're saying, but I'm kind of on the other side of this conversation when it comes to being guarded. And I think what I started out saying earlier, while we were starting to talk about this, was the fact that I believe that it is, particularly when you're first meeting somebody, you're first dating somebody, that you should be guarded.
Yeah.
That you should not be, your walls, so to speak, should not be completely down. Your door should not be completely open, because you're in the process of getting to know someone. And through that process, you begin to develop a level of trust. Now, prior to that development of trust, the hope and the desire is that as I continue to have interactions with you, we continue to encounter one another, we continue to talk to each other, that we are both mutually in the process of vetting each other and investigating one another. The whole point of my vetting and my investigation of you is to help me understand that I don't need to be as guarded with you as I first started out as, right? So in the process of me talking to you and having a conversation with you, and you are divulging and disclosing who you are as a person, the hope is that as we go along in this dating process, as we go along in our relationships, that we are slowly but surely letting our guard down. That is the ideal situation. You know what I'm saying? That we're actually doing our due diligence. We're actually asking questions. We're inquiring of the other person as they ought to be inquiring of us. And in this mutual exchange of information, I become more comfortable with you, which allows me to let my guard down, right? That's the way that it's supposed to be. So I understand what you're saying, but I think the guardedness has a place.
Yeah.
I think, when it's in its proper context, it can be a very helpful thing, because you don't want to get caught up with somebody who is being whatever, Charles, duplicitous, and duplicitous and deceptive, and they a little shady. If you've ever dated somebody, you can already tell.
Yeah, but you in for a ride. You like this?
This nigga's a little shady.
You're in for a ride.
He's a little illegal in his dealings. He not on to come up. He not right. Yeah. He not on the up and up in terms of being truthful and honest and real. And so when you are guarded, that allows you to go, no, you don't get access to me. No, you don't get entry to me. And I think in that way, being guarded is a healthy, natural thing that you should learn how to embrace in a balanced way. Because I think the further on we go into this conversation, we'll realize that there is an unhealthy guardedness that we all need to be aware of, so that we don't find ourselves going to the extreme when it comes to allowing somebody into our lives.
Okay, so I just have a slight tidbit of
course
pushback. All right.
Yes.
So we got to keep in mind this: there is a distinct difference between being guarded and taking precaution.
Okay.
So you can meet somebody and take the necessary precautions. Like, okay, let's just say the key difference that precaution is an action taken in advance to prevent something bad from happening, while being guarded describes a state of being cautious or protected. So I'm saying that to say, guarded is just what it says. When you meet somebody and you are guarded, just like when we go to our friends or neighbors or relatives' house and you walk past the stairs and you see the gate or the steps, or the gate to the basement,
right,
it prohibits access.
Right.
So to me, what is the purpose of trying to enter some place that's prohibiting access? So you can take precaution. That's why I said the precaution part, because that just means let me listen without being a little silly. Let me stop being so giddy and worried about the tomorrow and the next day with this person without trying to understand who they are today. Let me take the necessary precautions and move like the yellow light says. You move. It's like you can go through with the yellow light, but be looking both ways because somebody may run it, right? Okay. So look, but when you are guarded, you are saying there is a fence between me and you. So I can talk to you through this fence, but there is not going to be any access. And when a person is guarded, I think when a person lives a guarded life, it's harder to get to them because it's almost like you dating one of the, you know how we looked at those like the Game of Thrones or 300, those men that got on all the armor.
Right.
It's almost like walking alongside a person that you're dating, you in the flesh with your clothes on, and 24/7 they armored. You can't get to them.
Okay.
So, but taking precautions is we can be together, we can talk, we can reason about this, that, or the other, or go there and be like, okay, I'm having a good time. I'm just checking you out. I laughed at what you said, but I'm just being easy. But you're still allowing access. But when you are guarded, you are saying, I'm here, but only kind of in a pretense form because you really can't see me or touch me. I'm just across the table. But there is a big iron fence between us. So it really, to me, it's like if you really think about it, it's like, why do we even date guarded? Because we're saying if we can't leave our fence at home, then you're not ready to part from the fence yet.
Well, I think we're kind of saying the same thing, but we're not kind of. I think we get hung up on the semantics of the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
So, and when you talk about the whole guarded thing, being having the guards walking around as sentries, they're doing their little perimeter watch. They're walking around, making sure that nobody can get access in, because obviously we don't want people to have access.
Yes.
To what they are not authorized to have access to. You know what I mean? Sure. So I think, yeah. So I think here's the extremity of the whole guarded conversation. And I think, again, we'll dig deeper into this as we go along. I think the extremity of it is the fact that, okay, again, I don't think there's anything wrong with being guarded. There's a healthy guardedness, but then there's an extreme guardedness that is more on the lines of almost like a fortress or citadel or an encampment that has high walls, right? That place is guarded because it has several levels of defense.
Yeah.
It has several layers that you have to go through in order to gain access to whatever it is that you're trying to get access to. And when we do that particular thing, then that means we're not allowing ourselves to be open with the people that we are. Give me a hot second, y'all.
Oh, man.
My TV came on for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway. But no, I think sometimes, and I think kind of Marlene is kind of hitting the nail on the head right now. She's talking about the fact that people are usually guarded because of previous experiences and mistrust. And so here's where we're going with this, right? Because you have experienced what you've experienced in previous relationships over a period of time, you have built a defensible position for yourself.
Yeah.
As to say, you can't get in here until I feel as though I can actually trust you. You can't gain access to me until I feel that you have proven yourself trustworthy, and I know in my mind that you're not going to do anything to hurt me or betray me. You know what I'm saying? And so this is the extremity of guardedness. Now, guardedness in its healthy, natural state is going to want to ask questions and investigate and interrogate the person who we are potentially considering having access to us. But the extremity of guardedness, that defended citadel, fortress of a person, is saying, no, I got to keep you at arm's length because I don't mess with you like that, because my past has taught me that when I let people in, I get hurt. My past has taught me that when I let people in, I get betrayed. My past has taught me that if I let people in, they're going to do something that's going to abuse me or exploit me. And I'm not fitting to do that. So this is the reason why I have my defenses as high as I do.
Okay, so all right, let's look at it like this. You know, I like to twist it all up.
Yeah. We know
Let's
you're
look
gonna
at it like this,
We're gonna do you.
and y'all can refute me if you're not keeping it a buck. A lot of people I have seen over the years, because you only notice if somebody's guarded or whatever until you approach them or try to approach them and be in their life or whatever. Now, what some people will do, the question I always would have is, I see that you're guarded, but who's on the proverbial other side of the fence with you? And the reason why I say that is some people will have came out of a relationship, be guarded, or in the transition of something, and they're over it, or they're over, and whatever happened and whatever had transpired left them with some trauma, hurt, or whatever like that. But they're not done. The relationship is over, but they're not done. Or the marriage is over, but they're not done. And what that means is, when you're not done, a person then goes out into the world. Well, I'm just having fun. I'm just going out with him, going out with her. It's nothing that too deep. You're doing deep things, quote unquote, but you're pronouncing that it's not that deep. And what the scary thing about people being guarded is, there are the people that have legitimately been hurt, legitimately been in some bad divorces or bad, whatever the case is, and they had some lessons that they learned and they're not trying to repeat. There is that. Then there is the other side of being guarded, is it is the perfect excuse, because it allows you to lay in the neutral zone. I told you that I'm guarded. I told you this. So that means don't come across this proverbial line that I'm setting with you. And so what it allows people to do is, in short, they can have your time, but not have their intention for you. Got your time, but not their intention for you. So you are there with them, and they're guarded, but some people don't really have an intention for the guards to come off, or the excuse of the guard to come off. Because typically the normal reaction of a person that's really interested, whether you've been hurt, burned, or not, is some kind of way you're going to try to wrestle with yourself to give this person a little bit of entertainment. You're going to give this person a little bit of entertainment if you are saying to yourself, well, I do like him. They nice. He really nice. And your friends may say, you just broke up with David last week. It could have been a week ago. But if the right person approach you in that week, that sparks a little bit of curiosity, you may not go the gambit with them, but you will take that number, listen to him on the phone, and maybe go meet him or her for a lunch, dinner, or whatever, if it's the right person. But if it's not the right person, it is somebody that's a perfect occupier. So when you meet people that are the perfect occupier, you lead with broken, guarded. That means stay over there while I remain over here, but we still can do things. I don't want you to cross this proverbial line. And so people get stuck right there. So a lot of people get stuck in that. And I beg to say, most of us, if we are honest, if anybody who's ever crushed on somebody, like somebody, or we've all heard the guys in school that say stuff like, man, I used to like Kimberly Washington ever since elementary school. Kimberly Washington knew you existed. She just didn't like you liked her.
Wow.
So if you ever had the chance to maybe go out with her later in life, or 6, 4, 5 kids later, then she will be like, well, you cool. I didn't know you really liked me in school like that. But I mean, we can just go out and see where this goes, but just take it easy. Because like I told you, I just got out of something. So I'm not trying to get into nothing right now. People don't say that when you're really interested. When you're really, really interested, you're not going to tell nobody you don't want to get into nothing right now, because your heart is saying, please do open up something, right? Your heart wants that to happen. So you're not going to run them off. So my point is, when people are throwing those disclaimers, saying to you that, now remember I told you I don't want to do nothing serious. That just means if this goes down the street a little bit, I don't want you acting foolish and coming back to me and forgetting what I told to you in the beginning. That's what that means. But people, we do it anyway. We are like sheep to the slaughter, and people still go with the person, still get caught up, still get feelings, and what you think is the person is going to change their mind later and then reconsider something different with you.
Yeah. So what I'm getting from this is the fact that when it comes to the whole, I guess the notion of that guardedness, that extreme guardedness, that when it comes to us being guarded, we want to keep people at a distance. We don't want to let anybody in close to us because on the one end, like you said, we become comfortable in our guardedness.
Yeah.
And in our comfortableness, that means nobody else can get really close to us. And like they want to get close to us. Yeah. So we only give them surface. We only give them appearance and representing that representative. They don't get to know the real us, because the real us is behind 10 feet of concrete and some steel and some guards with some M16s. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, that means they never get to know who we really are, because we are so closed off. And this, what's funny, it's kind of interesting now that I think about it. There have been maybe a few, connections, maybe relationships that maybe I have been in, and I didn't realize it until after the fact that so they didn't really want to show me them. They just wanted to get what they wanted to get from me, and that was it.
That was it.
Oh, so I was just the piece.
You got played. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing, though, right? And so sometimes, because, like you said, because of the fact that we may be crushing on somebody, and that's the real kind of craziness about it, right? Because of the fact that we were crushing on somebody, we think that what their interest in us is like, oh, this is the best thing that ever happened. While all along, they're keeping us at a distance. They're keeping us just far enough away where they don't feel endangered, but we get a little bit of a thrill because of the fact that they are allowing us into their, their outer circle. You know what I'm saying? They don't get into the inner circle. They got to stay way out there. As a matter of fact, sometimes you have the I don't know, remember Charles growing up in DC, you had the house, right? Then you had the yard, then you had the gate. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes people would walk out to the gate to meet you, but they would never let you in the gate. And God knows they wouldn't let you in the house. You know what I'm saying? They would just, I'm not going to allow you to come to inside the house, but I'll meet you at the gate and we can have a conversation at the gate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's kind of crazy, dude. That's kind of crazy, man. You have some technical difficulties now. See, that's what you get for playing around, bro. That's what you get for playing around. And now you want me to continue the conversation as you play around with your technical difficulties. But yeah, that's the reality, though, right? And I think it is a real reflection on us in terms of how we are dealing with people. If we are willing to allow people to get in to where we are, where we are not as guarded. But then the reality is now, if I want to let somebody in to see me and experience me for who I really am, then that means I got to take a chance on this particular person. I got to actually be like, well, I'm not really sure if this is going to work out or not. You know what I'm saying? I got to open up the gate to my house. I'll open up the gate to my house and we can stand in the yard and we can talk. Yeah. But you're not coming in my house.
Yeah.
Not yet. Not yet, at least. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, it really is. I mean, the more you unpack it, yes, you have to be precautious about the guard that you present. Is it think about some of these houses you go to nowadays. They have those not permanent, but they're protective, removable fences you can put around your pool.
Okay.
So the point I'm making is they're there to deter and give you a little bit of difficulty, but it's not a permanent fence.
Okay.
Like the fence around your yard or the fence around your house. You can't do anything about it unless you take it away. So what I'm saying is most of us, we live life with permanent metal fences. We don't even live like with the temporary ones that we can lift up out the grooves, fold up and put into the shed and then fall in love. We try to be in love and get a person to buy into hugging us with the fence between us. It's just the fence a little short, so I can hug you at the top, but nothing else can connect. That's how we live. I mean, people have today, we have perfected loving blocked. It's like we are guarded, but we somehow make an excuse to engage with a person or hang out and do one thing or another until the capital curse words happening. You catching feelings.
Oh, Lord.
Now it's a problem because somebody done caught feelings. And that wasn't what we talked about. I told you this was just supposed to be strawberry shortcake, red velvet cake dates only. Not anything after that. I'm just making an example. It's not nothing to go further than that. So we have made these things now where, because we play these guarded games and ignore the fact that even amongst guards, we still are real people.
Yeah.
We're not robots. We're not built to not feel or not to sow into someone or receive. We're meant to do this or meant to love, but we have allowed life to cause us to regress all of that natural ability. And now it's like we are becoming living avatars. We are, it's like after a while, we're going to be metallic because we don't want to feel no more. It's like we talk about it, but people always say, you know, I'm so tired. I'm really ready to move on and do something better with my life. No, because the decisions still say you think you're an avatar.
Wow.
No way you can have 15 women or 15 dudes on your line and the option to deal with whomever you want to and think that you're not practicing being an avatar.
Right.
Because a real person, you're not going to be able to handle a lot of that without feeling something for someone. But if you keep it on and just keep it on, oh, you perfecting the person without walls and feelings.
Wow.
And so that's what's happening nowadays. Everybody is hanging out, connecting, and they'll have the person that they take seriously, but you just don't know over there behind the covers. It's 3 more that I really like too. And it's just like we're learning to live with these unsafe realities that guards bring. When you are guarded, it means I keep saying it over and over again because guarded means just that. Think about people who buy concealing, who get guns because they got the conceal and carry license.
Right.
Mind you, you only really need to buy 1 gun.
True.
But notice how when people get the license to be safe, you go to their house, they got 6, 7, 8, 9 guns.
Wow. Yeah.
How safe do you need to be? Right? You got to get you 1 strong gun and let that mop the whole block. But no, we want to say, I got this. This right here is an Italian Beretta 12 millimeter. And then over here, I got the AK. So what it's telling us is we still can't get away from options. People love to try to have the options. If the goal is to be safe, get 1 gun. Why do you need 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in a shed with all this other stuff is in there? You don't need all that. But we use safety as an excuse to do what we want to do. It's just the perfect excuse to approach anybody safe with guards. Because a lot of times you're not as incoherent as you make yourself to be. You're very clear and know what is going on, like most grown people do. But we try to play the role. I just, devastated. No, you not. You just mad because what you thought was going to work didn't.
Wow.
And as a grown person, you feel like you got egg in your face. That's what's the problem. But we'll come with the whole safe thing and take it to a whole nother level, and it just, it doesn't help nothing.
Yeah, you know what? Thinking about that whole situation when you're talking about the conceal and carry and the weapons in the household, and the fact that they're not just satisfied with the one weapon, they got to get a daggone arsenal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For a small army. But here's the thing, though, Charles, and just thinking about it from a very practical sense, you can only use one weapon at a time. Well, the point of having all of those weapons is literally redundant, because you can only use one weapon at a time. Not unless, and here's the extremity that I was talking about earlier, not unless you're going to put and mount these weapons on some type of mechanical, turnstile where the weapon is going this way and that way and is looking and is sensing or whatever like that. But see, that's the sign of somebody who is absolutely traumatized. That's the sign of somebody who is absolutely unbalanced, because they feel as though the more weapons that they have, the more walls that they build, the greater the deeper
they are,
the more barbed wire they have on that fence, the more alligators they have in the moat, the safer they're gonna feel. Well, daggone it, why date? Why not just be by yourself on an island to yourself? Why are you even communicating with other people? Go be a hermit up in the hills somewhere. Go be a recluse, you know what I'm saying? And just live by yourself all alone. But no, you don't want to do that. Why you don't want to do that? Because you want to get what you want to get. And your guardedness is nothing but an excuse to do what you want to do. That ain't gonna fly. That ain't.
But
cool.
Here's this, Adam, because you done talked up, since you were talking about the book, you done talked up one of your chapters.
I did,
and I said that because what you just described is the title of I think it's Love on Your Terms. Love on My Terms.
Love on My Terms.
That's what's happening.
Wow.
When you say why date, why go out there and do all this if you're going to have all these arsenals and all that? Because people want to enter into the realm of dating on their own terms.
Okay.
You know how when we make agreements and we come to have business meetings, the whole goal is, can we leave with what you want on your terms and me on mine?
Wow.
I don't want to compromise too much.
Right.
So we're looking to find that person where we can get our terms mostly met.
Right.
Without minimal, somebody getting that close to you.
Right. But even with love on your own terms, Charles, at some point in time, you got to literally come to terms with the person that you're dealing with. It can't be all about you with what you want to do. At some point in time, you're going to have to turn some of those weapons into the police station. You don't need them all. Come on here, somebody. You don't need that M16. You don't need that Tech 9. You don't need that AR-15. Take it back to the police station. Keep the Glock in the box, locked up. Okay? And welcome the potential person who you might have a relationship with.
Wow.
Listen. Real good. If you're pursuing a relationship and you don't want to share yourself, you need to call it quits right now. If you're in a relationship and you find yourself completely unsure, or you feel like this particular person is going to betray you at any moment, you need to pull back off that. Seriously, you really need to pull back off that, and you need to do some self-evaluation about who you are. You need to do some self-evaluation about your own emotional intelligence. You need to do some self-assessment about your own security and insecurity, about where you are in your life right now. Because why would you subject somebody to your craziness and your ridiculousness? Come on, man.
Well, unfortunately, Adam, that's never going to happen. Why? You can talk until the cows come home.
Jesus.
People are, as you say, duplicatively selfish.
Yeah.
I always tell people, nobody ever wants to go. You don't want nobody in your circle of confidants or friends and family to tell you, okay, I know it didn't work out with Adam. Now go over there and just rest for like 6 months, a year and a half. Go to Greece, take time for you, and then come back and revisit. People are like, no, I want to fight to do what I want to do. Well, I know he left me or she left, but I still want to be in the game. Wow. I don't want to be out the game. So I don't care if I'm bleeding still and broken. I still want somebody to help clean it up. Wow. That's what we do. We want, when somebody hurts us, the first thing we do, I should have picked you all along. I promise you, I saw that you was there, but I'm sorry, I took you for granted. But I'm telling you, I'm done playing games. Of course, because you hurt, and now you need someone to carry you over the hump. Wow. And then what always happens, it's sad to say, whenever we play nurse or doctor to somebody who did not choose you first, you play the role of the doctor and the nurse to a T, and you get them well, and they leave. Because you got to remember, you weren't the choice. You were the default option. Yeah, you weren't the choice. And we always think that I told you that person. I told you they'll come back. Of course they're gonna come back if the door's still swinging. Try locking it and letting them bump their head on the door. Right. But the door's still swinging. I haven't seen one cowboy show yet, them old westerns, where people, half the time they came in there and got killed and robbed because all they had was saloon doors that did like this. That's my and that's how some of us are. We got saloon doors. Ain't no door with a key. You can't even, no door that you can peek out and be like, didn't I tell you to leave? Right. We just got saloon doors and people busting up in there. See the whole club up. That's all we doing. So, if you don't mind the entrances of your life, you're gonna always have hell in it. Because if you don't have a boundary or guards around the front door of your life, any and everything gonna come through it. Especially when you present yourself to attract it. Sometimes they're gonna come in there like pests at our houses, come in our houses. We got our doors, windows closed, but some kind of way they come and get in here anyway. You can't help that. But when you can't help who comes in when the door is open. When the door is open and you advertising, they are going to show up. You can halfway advertise. Today, you get on the internet and do anything. I saw the way you was folding them clothes. I think you might got some wifey kind of tendencies, the way you was holding that shirt like this. I was just going live with my kids folding clothes. But you look sexy folding the clothes. Like, oh God. So it's like, this is the time we live in. Any little thing you do, somebody in your inbox and over there and this, and you're like, so you gotta be disciplined. If you don't be disciplined today, no relationship is going to hold up if you're not disciplined. Because there's too many easy traps to fall into all over the place. Even look, there was a time, Bruce, where it's made it seem like the men were primarily, let's just be honest, we were primarily the culprits for many, many years. We still are. But nowadays, the men better run because the ladies will smile right in your face. Yes. You tell them, so you just me and you, right? It's just me and you. Who else? And then find out it's not just who else, how many else. So the point is, we not being honest. So we all over the place. And so people just don't want to be honest. They want to have their cake and eat it too. They want to have you messed up in the game while they are very lucidly clear and still deciding. So you got to make that decision to be like, do I want to do this with this kind of parameters or not? Because it's scary enough. And there was a time where, again, I get it. Men would approach women and women would immediately tap into their circles. What you think about him? I mean, somebody told me I should leave him alone. But then look, we ignore that. We just heard what we told ourselves. Somebody said that person is no good. I should leave them alone. But what we still do, I think I'm gonna give him a chance though.
Right.
And the person already told you don't deal with them. So the point is, we do this nowadays when men meet women that could seem like they're great options to be in your life or build with. Women automatically take the posture of, I got to protect myself from you. No, we got to protect ourselves from you. Yeah. Because nowadays, when a man expends of himself in a sincere way, I'm not talking about somebody with no good intentions, right. But if you expend of yourself to a woman and she has pearl intentions for you, oh, that man in this day and time, he not only gonna be guarded, he's going to go down into a mausoleum. He's just going to be, you know how the mausoleum when Dr. King in Atlanta, he on that thing over the fire. That's how we become when we get devastated in these days and times. Yeah. And that doesn't do any good for the family dynamic or bringing together cultures and love, nothing. The more damaged we are and guarded we are as people, the more siloed fences are built throughout this world. And everybody is sectioned off, but texting and DMing and calling and every now and again sneaking out to smash. That's it. But you guard it. Yeah. So it's just crazy.
So I want to jump back to the whole idea, I love that analogy of the daggone Western saloon bar.
Yeah, them doors.
So the thing that came to my mind was the whole idea of a door, right? The whole idea of a door is to allow certain people access in, out, right? And I think a lot of times what we've done, particularly when it comes to our relationships, is that we have, and I know this may make some of us feel a little uncomfortable, but it's the truth. We have given unauthorized access to some people in our lives. This is the reason why they can come in and out of those saloon doors, because we authorize them. Now, don't sit there and act like you wondering why or how they got in. They got a key card.
Yeah,
they got a key card that you gave them that allowed them to have authorized access to you. So you want to sit here and you want to build up your walls, you want to build up your guards, you want to have your little moat, you want to have your little thing going on or whatever like that. But then you don't want to acknowledge the fact that part of the reason why you have been traumatized the way you've been traumatized is that you gave unauthorized access to who you are. You, I ain't talking about nobody but you. I'm talking to you. Yeah, you gave unauthorized access to people that are treating you the way that you don't want to be treated. So when a real good person, you know how, I don't know if you check out YouTube every now and then, sometimes they'll have these little skits on there and they talk about the girlfriend who has the good guy, who don't know how to treat the good guy because all she's had up until this point are the bad guys.
Yeah.
So she gave unauthorized access to the bad guy. So when the good guys show up, he can't get in the door.
Wow.
He can't get the door open. As a matter of fact, she walks out the house to the gate, crosses the street, goes down to Convenient Mart and say, meet me there. Because she don't want you to have access. Because she gave unauthorized access to everybody else. So the question is that I'm asking everybody on tonight, to use Charles's phraseology, the question that I'm asking on tonight is, how many of y'all have given unauthorized access to people that are still in your lives right now? Again, you want to claim, well, I've been hurt and they betrayed me and they cheated on me and they went and they took somebody out for a shopping spree and they took this one to Barbados and it hurt me so bad. But then you don't want to talk about the bro that just had you because you were trying to get over somebody else by getting under somebody else. We don't want to talk about that.
Wow.
We don't want to talk about unauthorized access.
And you know what we can take from our jobs that we don't take? You ever notice how when you get when you get laid off, there is a soft approach to revoking the access of the things that you have. They'll tell you, oh, don't worry, Adam. Maybe they'll tell you today on the 5th. So it's like a slow walk to the end of the light. But they still gonna get there. They're still gonna cut your access off.
Right.
But you ever notice how if you've ever gotten fired from anywhere and had equipment or anything like that, that day that they tell you you can't get back into your computer. When you leave, they're gonna take your access card. They're gonna turn in your credit card cards, computer, and you walking up out there just like you came in there empty. And no more access. Right. You can't get rehired. So the point is, we don't take that approach in relationship. Relationship is over. The person still got the heart card active. They still got the key to the bodily extremities. Right. They still got the keys. They can come and turn them on at any time. Yes. People got to come around your neighborhood, your house. You know, is that Kevin in the background? He said something about he left his shirt over here. He said he was hungry. He shouldn't be in there. Hello.
Oh, he's hungry. He's hungry and thirsty.
Yeah, he want to munch, all right. But that's what we do. So that's just, so, and men do the same thing. Like I can remember years ago when I lived in Southeast DC. And my boy Corey, he don't look at the podcast. He's one of my old friends from years ago. We were young, like 6, 7, 8, up to grown, right? So I remember Corey was with this young lady, and he was all into this person. Now, by all accounts, all of his other friends around us, she was cool. Yeah, she may have been a little Coke bottle, but she was bad. Like trouble, fight him, cheat. She was just off the chain. She lived over there look, if you know DC, Adam, she lived off of 58th Street, off of East Capitol, over there by Capitol Heights. Yeah. Over there. But anyway, make a long story short. When she left him alone, he was messed up. I used to go over to his house. We was like teenagers or 20, maybe 20. I go over to his house and his mother be like, oh, he's downstairs, Charles. I go downstairs. I'll never forget the time I walked down them stairs. And he and I will laugh about it to this day. I went down them stairs. I was like, I don't hear him. I go down the stairs. He just was sitting on his couch like this. And back in those days, remember we had the camcorders and all those things. Yeah. He always liked to take videos and record. He was down there looking at videos of him and her in a car driving, taking walks. I was like, Negro, cut the TV off. Reminiscing like a mom. Right. About to cry. I was like, golly. So when it's like when it gets you like that, it makes you and after her, he was very guarded. He had the girls, but they didn't have him. Right. So very guarded. So it's just all of us learn those lessons by default, and it's not fair to the next person or your spouse, because sometimes we even get married still with resentment and love for somebody else. Yeah, true that. And we gotta learn to cut ties like the employer. Yeah, we can learn something from that. It's like I had heard somebody was talking about HR the other day, the concept of HR, and they were saying that we have to keep in mind that HR, we always say, I'm going to go talk to them about my problems and my grievances, but we don't understand HR is set up to protect the interests of the company, not you. Right. They listen to you to make sure things are legally non-invasive to the company. Right. But they are there to protect the company. They're not there like social services for you. They're there for the company. And so we have to keep that in mind in these relationships. You got to govern your life like you the organization. It's over with, and your friends is HR. So they got to be like, oh, we're sorry that didn't work out. But I'm sure everything will be, but they're okay over here though. But thanks for coming by. You got to have that united front, that it's over. Yeah. Well, see, that's why you have to, and that's why I said from the beginning of this conversation that to use the analogy of the employer, right? Yeah. Okay, so you go through the process and you fill out the application, and then
They want to know some background information from you. They want to know who you know. They want you to cite or give at least 3 different personal references and maybe 2 professional references, right? And this is all in an effort for them to be able to go, okay, this is the person that we want to hire based on the reference information that we got from who he or they referred us to. And that all goes into their security package. What's the security package? The security package is checking your credit, checking to make sure you ain't got no record, or if you do have a record, that you did what you're supposed to do, that you're not a fugitive from the law. You know what I'm saying? So when they give you that key card, they have done their due diligence to know whether or not, if you are watch this, y'all, a trustworthy person, that you're not going to get up in their offices and run amok all over the place by stealing. Well, y'all do it anyway. Stealing paper, stealing all this stuff. All kind of stuff. I mean, they stealing everything, man. Stealing everything that's not nailed to the floor, for crying out loud. But they want to make sure that you are a trustworthy person, right? But this is where we fail in our relationships, because we think that she got the curves and the swerves and the looks. And he got the shoulders. She got the and he got the 6'6"s. He got the 6 feet. 6 feet. I was gonna say something else, but I'm gonna leave that right. That pants and everything. He already put all up. Right. Girl, oh my God, girl. Yeah. See, we conduct the interview, but we don't do the rest of the investigation behind the application that they filled out, so that they can be considered as a viable person to be hired. See, we based on what we saw. What we saw looked good. She got it going on. He got it going on. But we failed to properly vet and investigate this person by dating them first and asking questions about who they are.
Here's the difference.
And the thing of it is,
the job gets permission from us to do it.
True.
So if I'm all for that, if in life I was submitting applications to love, let's do it that way. Submit the applications. You got the permission to do what's on that application.
Well, that's the question.
I got permission to do what's on yours, and let's do the due diligence. But the problem is we're doing illegal diligence.
Okay.
To get on people, which ain't cool.
What I'm talking about is that conversation. That conversation is the application.
Right.
That conversation is what we should be filling out in terms of giving the information to one another. You know what I'm saying? But because we see what we see, we don't go far enough. We don't ask enough questions. We don't vet far enough to be able to say with all assurity and certainty that this is a trustworthy person who I can authorize access to me. Because at the end of the day, you are the most valuable commodity. They're trying to get access to you.
Yeah.
But you authorize everybody else who hasn't even thought to fill out an application to get access. You just gave it because they look good. Oh, she looks good right now. My goodness.
But think about this. Listen, even our jobs do that. Let me tell you how they do that. Think about how many times, Adam, somebody have says, we got an open position. Who you know, Adam? Anytime we trust someone next to us or on our crew to bring in somebody, we kind of give them the soft entry, different than what we had to go through. We had to go through the hardcore entrance to everything and go through all of these backs and checks. But people that get referred internally, that's like the slow kill, because they get in under the rug. They don't come in the real way. And so that can happen in relationships, and it happens even on the corporate level. We refer people, or somebody's niece or son come in there. They're not qualified, but they get in there. And so we do the same thing in relationships. We have people, like I say, I always say this over and over and again. No one wants to pay for anything that someone else gets for free.
True.
So every time you give, if Bruce talked to somebody and that woman gives him the 20th degree, about checks and balances. Who are you? Let me see your credit. All those things. But then we saw that you was with Pookie and you ain't asked him nothing. He just got to be with you, hang out, no questions asked. He at your house. That's what I mean when I say if you're gonna stand behind your fence and do your policies, do it for everybody. Be an equal opportunity employer. Don't be partial. So we had to go to the EEOC. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, no, but that's really the issue, right? Is because we don't do what we're supposed to do. I mean, you can refer somebody, but the job still has to do their due diligence in terms of finding out who this person is, having an interview, doing a background check or what. They still have to do their due diligence. You know what I'm saying? And I think again, we fell in that because we don't do our due diligence in terms of, okay, so such and such recommended Pookie. Fine. But I don't know Pookie from Adam. I don't know Pookie. You know what I'm saying? So Pookie, you coming in, you might think you got the inside track, but I still don't know who you are. So I'm gonna need you to fill out this application. I'm gonna need you to submit to a security check. I'm gonna need you to take a drug test so I can find out who you are, because I'm going to do what I need to do. Again, we all have a personal responsibility to find out who these particular people are. You know what I'm saying? And not be so guarded that we're not going to do what we need to do and to find out who these people are. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day.
Man, that's really good.
I'm just saying.
So, okay, at the end of the day, Adam, what's your word to the people at large that find themselves in the seat of loving, desiring, liking, dating, guarded? Because it is happening at every status level, being guarded.
My word is your guardedness is going to keep you isolated and alone.
Oh, wow.
Watch this. Your guardedness is going to keep you guarded.
Wow.
And you can be guarded and protected all day long, but you're going to be guarded and protected by yourself, just like you are in prison, right? You guarded, but you guarded behind these walls in this little 8x12 cell. You know what I'm saying? You guarded, you protected. Yeah, they're not gonna put you out in the yard. They got you in the ad safe. They got you segregated, from everybody else. You know what I'm saying? But you by yourself. So how is that working out for you?
That's a show, Bruce. We're gonna do that for a show, Bruce.
You know what I'm saying?
The public, the private, and the secret. Oh, that's a good one. But go ahead.
How was that working out for you, being so guarded? You got your walls so high, so thick. You got so much barbed wire, so many dogs, so many alligators in the moat that nobody can get to. You are literally a man on an island by yourself. And that's exactly where you are, by yourself. So at some point, here's the thing, Charles. At some point, you're going to have to recognize and realize, I need some help. I don't want to live my life like this. And this is the thing that sometimes we have a hard time admitting to ourselves. Everybody else can see it around us. Everybody else sees it. And they've even said to us, hey, you need to do something different. You need to get some help, because it's obvious by your actions that you've taken that you're not healed. You're still bleeding. You're still walking around with a broken leg. You're still crying over what was lost. And you haven't taken the time out to get healed. Before you step foot into another relationship, before you fill out another profile on an online dating site, you need to get you together. It means you might have to go and find a professional therapist or counselor to talk to help you get through what you need to get through so that you can be whole for the next person that's in your life.
Wow. They're going to say, don't judge me. God is
You're
not
judging yourself.
No,
yeah, that's okay.
They're going to be like, don't judge me. God
leave you alone.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, listen,
oh, don't switch the music. At least stick.
What's that? Oh, all right. Okay, but anyway, got me confused here. Anyway, Listen, man, at the end of the day, it's all of us have to look at it like this. Anybody who feels they're a viable anything to the contribution of love and dating or whatever, whoever you are, if you are promoting yourself from behind a castle or a kingdom that's fully fortified, all you are is a magnificent person behind a wall until you come down out the gate and become attainable. So, like you said, we're not gonna get what we want until we connect to the reality of getting it. And that's by making yourself humanly, publicly, emotionally available. And if you're not gonna make yourself available, take it from me, Adam. I have been alive but in prison for years.
Wow.
So I know everything about gates, walls, and bars. That's a whole nother show. But anyway, what I'm telling you is it ain't until you come out from amongst it all, Adam, till you get to what you need. Because if you don't come, because I can admit, I live behind them for various reasons. Yes, I live behind them for disgust and hurt. I live behind them for excuses. I live behind them because they were convenient. Okay. So I understand the whole concept of bars, walls, and excuses. Mm-hmm. So my point is, but there's no happiness in it. Because I always tell people, you're only happy, Adam, until you are scared.
Wow.
You're not scared, you're not happy.
Wow.
But scared means I'm afraid to lose you. Happy and content is I can spare you. So you got to get scared to really embrace what you need. So get scared means get vulnerable. No vulnerability, no scared, no love. All right. No smash. Anyway, all right. So on that note.
Wow, that's not even the back end. It's not even the back end.
Ain't gonna do with it. I just threw that in there.
What the heck, man?
But anyway, yeah. No, I appreciate y'all for tuning in with us. Today is another episode of Unique Perspectives Love Talk Radio. And should we talk about the other stuff, other things, Adam?
Let's get
no, we'll wait.
The other side. Let's go to the other side.
Go ahead.
I'm fine. I think you're gonna do what you're gonna do, producer on the back end. Runner.
Man. Nah.
You running your show? You got the music playing now. You playing the outro. Let's go.
All right, listen, y'all, really quick. Y'all know we have this out now. Love Through His Eyes. Now, we messing with y'all, but we also have softbacks and hardbacks of it's basically the same book. They're just in different covers. So you can get them. So we got them. So just look. You got them, Love Through His Eyes. When y'all go on Google, Love Through His Eyes book, Love Through His Eyes book, and you can order any version, anyone that you like, hardback, softback, blue, white, all of them, we got them. Just letting y'all know. All right. Anything else? What you got to say, Mr. Ford?
I don't know, man.
Yeah. Anything else? So other than that, y'all, we're going to keep coming. We'll keep bringing the noise, and as long as we're able to keep on bringing it. All right.
You know what, dude? What the heck, bro?
Yes. All right. Now, is there any do you have any unplugged comments, Mr. Ford? You've been on the road these past couple of weeks with your unplugged. So
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
I mean,
you got something. I'm sure you got something.
I mean, Charles, look, watch this. Charles told me that sometimes, when you guard it, that's when they come in. And
Oh, that's what you're trying to take from the book. Whatever, man.
know what you told me that, sometimes when you guard it, that's when you get the most. And
oh, Lord. You know what I did?
I'm not gonna let him corrupt me, y'all. Don't even worry about it.
No, what I did say was what I had learned, what was kind of eye-opening to me is I believe people were attracted to the opportunity to break in and burglarize.
Oh my God.
Yeah, people get attracted to the opportunity. Like they could think that you're nice, you're cool.
Yeah.
But guarded is actually attractive because it's telling people, wait a minute, what's over there that I gotta peel? People like to peel layers. That's the reality we don't talk about. People like the opportunity to peel someone's layer and take the credit for it. So that's what I believe a lot of this is. But anyway, on tonight. All right. We will see you guys next week, same time, same channel. All good, Mr. Ford?
Yeah, man, it's all good. This is a decent show. Good show.
All right. See y'all soon.
All right, y'all. Peace. Have a good